This, yeah, I've worked a little bit at this. Yeah, I'm just basically gonna be working on arkirialions 2.0. This is the way it looks right now. It's this circle of rocks on top of a raised grass platform. We're just really gonna turn this into something good. But you know, everything needs to start with something. So let's just get straight into it. So in case you don't know what arkirialions 1.0 was, it was a class select. It was a game where you first had to choose a role, and then we're put into the pit style like FFA. That's basically what we're rebuilding right now. And you can see, this is like the way kind of the edges are gonna look, with these really rocky sides, and we'll have some occasional quests in them to unlock extra items, extra abilities, maybe even some extra classes for you to pick from. It also doesn't sound like that bad of an idea to have unlockable classes. Since the goal of arkirialions, it's not really to kill people, even though it is going to be what the type of players are going to be doing. It's to complete the quests that are inside of the game and figure out like what the lore is behind everything. There's also some lore in the Fates 2.0, even though that is still stuff I'm writing on and stuff. This is basically if we're talking about region mythology plus Overwatch. That creates about this. So some pretty big world building into just a pretty good storyline. Only thing is now we need to pull it off. Of course, the Tree of Creation is going to be making its return. It's something I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, how about we use some extra rock pieces now? So like we add a few of these along the sides. Really adds character if you ask me. Look, this right here might be a good location for like having a cave which leads to a quest. Let's say you go in here, you have to like do the boss fight. Or we just bring back the red cave concept from arkirialions 1.0. Maybe we'll even do the blue temple. Since the blue temple was really something I liked a lot. It was quite honestly one of the things I was most passionate about in the other version of this. So like that, boom. You stand down here. It looks pretty natural. If you get up close and then you see it like start shining. And then you'll just, oh, it's a quest. That's basically the goals. Now I've also been thinking about a concept, what I have deemed do well. Basically what it is, it's a, well, hole in the ground. And players who jump through it will be led through a quest line. She can only do it once every so much time, or once every time you gather a ton of resources. So let's say you need to like do all the other areas before you even get to try in that one. And then once you complete the well, you get like some kind of huge bonus. Maybe that's even the way to unlock like a final character or something. Maybe it's a way to gain Ascension, which also been something I've been thinking about. Even though I wouldn't know how Ascension 100% worked. Like, Ascension, yes, it sounds like a cool idea. What Ascension really does, that's another question. Here, but think about this cave. You need to, like, first climb up here. Somehow. Now, I'm thinking about making this a zero build map slash a minimized building map. In case you're wondering what minimized building means, it means that you have limited resources and it's a pretty bad idea to go about building a ton. Since I don't like the concept of players building all too much. Alright, so let's just start out with making some markers on the map. What I feel like is a pretty good idea, given that we're gonna have to look back on this soon. And like figure out where all the caves are. So these like little A markers, I will delete them later. Although for now they're just to like know for myself where the caves are. So boom, caves. Of course, if you want to take any circuits from this map, feel free, I don't really care. If you see me build a cool circuit and you're like, I want that in my map, go ahead. Just go ahead, try to copy it. I don't really care. Of course, if you're watching this stream, either while I'm streaming it or watching it back, it might be a cool idea to like know some secrets about the map, like you know the cave locations, for example. That's something that I don't know if anyone is interested in, but if you're interested in it, go ahead. Take every little bit of knowledge you have about the map. For me, this up here also sounds like a really cool cave to like have something up here. So like you need to first climb up here to get to this area, and then you need to like drop down into a hole to get in there. So a little bit like this. Like, really think too much is off until you look at it. All about that is it should look different on every playthrough. It should be cool every time you try to play it, and it isn't just the same thing over and over and over again for every single player. Now, there's also the unique side, which you should have more control in. And it's of course going to lead to it looking more similar in every playthrough. But it's also going to lead to players having a cool interest every time. Okay, I'm apparently having some problems with my connection. That's not great. I'm not doing this via Ethernet, I'm just doing this via Wi-Fi, so that's pretty weird. Actually, it's pretty normal now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should get some kind of Ethernet expander. That actually sounds like not even that bad of an idea. Alright, next part. I think this is about a pretty good time to pause this thing. So it should look like that. There we go. And now, yep, it's directly upside down. And from this point on, we just kind of place it down like that. Now, I don't really agree with the shape of this thing. So I'm going to first make it a bit bigger, then make it less tall. And that should give you a pretty nice slanted surface for up here. Boom. Well, now it's a bit sticking out because it's the only version, but it'll make sense a bit later. Okay, now I just have one tiny question. Should I make people respawn around? Oh, should I use the well to like make it a respawn area? If you jump into it, you can like select weapons and stuff like that. So basically the pit, but reverse. Or should I go and try to make the well some kind of boss fight? Since this seems like a pretty good idea to like import. Since that also isn't that bad of an idea that I'm thinking about it. Can you get through her? Oh yes, easily. I don't know if I should join him. Probably not. Here, this can also be a cave. This down here. Jeez, I'm also getting lost in where like all the caves are. Oh wait, was this where you were like invited up? Nope. There's a cave up. Oh, this is this one. Let's quickly get around and talk to this guy. If he's of course going to talk. Nope, he's not gonna talk. What is yours? He not now? Oh, when he joined my map and crashed, I think that's what happened. Yes, RIP that guy. I'm not sure if he'll spawn in back into the lobby or not. Already 15 minutes, jeez. Okay, so what about if we make this place like the little area where players spawn into? Oh, this is like the place where people are gonna be willing to spawn out. Does this match the color scheme? Yes, it does. That's some nice props to put up there. Okay, this place down here is missing a ton of personality. So what I'm gonna do is really just make this thing as big as possible. And just kind of see how big we can get this thing to fit in here. Okay, maybe we should turn this thing a bit so it isn't too really appearing. And boom. I think it's beginning to come together now. Up here we can also put one in here. I think next thing we should do is get busy onto like a story-driven point slash spawn point. One of those two, I think spawn points would be more interesting. Okay, how big is this? That's way too big. So let's make this thing a lot smaller. This is like a little area. These things like indicate random spawn points. I think I have an idea of how we're gonna make like the spawn area work. So we do it like this. We grab some teleporters. And we get going on to the device part of this. Now this is going to be one of my favorite parts, probably. So this rift over here is going to be the main reason of... Like, this rift over here is going to be the command for TP to start. So that's TP space C, which stands for teleport command. And then we should do E arena. Actually, maybe I should call it val. So it's TP command enter val. Val standing for valley. Never mind, it didn't work at all. Actually, we'll just randomize that the original teleporter is the one that leads you in there. I think that makes more sense. So we do it like that, like that. So all these things are like, no, you're not spawning in air. Alright. Now that all seems pretty clear. Just teleport, if you just walk through it, it should teleport you into the arena. But it doesn't for some reason. Well, let's go figure out why. Let's go figure out why I'm not being teleported. Is it a collision problem? Nope. It's a failed to render the teleport group request. Okay, I think we fixed it now. Nope, still not. Still some kind of problem with this thing. Okay, plan B. We do it like this. Does it work now? Nope. Why is this thing not listening? Over visible, converse momentum. Maybe it's like clipping inside something. Okay, now it cannot be clipping inside anything. There it is. Finally, we did something to it. So this thing has a really wacky hitbox, so we should not place the teleporter too close to that. That's fine, I guess. There we go, mark that thing, that's not in use. Delete that version. Now we can get going on like the, what is it called? Like I would almost call it a hub. So devices. I think what we need is multiple barriers. So this is the first barrier we're going to be using. I'm not sure how good 15 by 15 by like maybe 12/10 is gonna work. But we're just gonna have to find out. Now I'm planning to use the Ascension version of this thing. Translucent per black, sky blue, nebula green, cloudy day, planet Ascension. So it's between either this thing. Yeah, it's really this thing, I think. Oh, or it's this. Technically, you could also argue for some of the cloudy skies. Dream sky. This could also technically do something. But I've got more good alternatives. Well, we've got the nebula. That might also be really good. Although I think that having players fly around in Planet Ascension is going to be a really good start, just overall as having a hub. And that's not going to work. This sounds pretty weird, but I figure we're going to need some Coral Castle stuff for this. So we go to the Coral Castle prop gallery. And I'm primarily looking for this thingy. Since I've had some really good experience with this thing. I just the overall way it's going to like shape itself. So we go up in here. We place down this teleporter. That thing is the command version. This thing is just going to be the direct correlation. If this thing doesn't scream jump in here, then I don't know what does. This might have been a mistake, so now it's going to be really hard to like edit the barrier device. Never mind, that was surprisingly easy. So this right here is going to be like the little hub. Now as soon as you spawn, you're going to be like semi-stuck in here. So you're going to like walk over to this thing, realize, oh, this thing looks like it has some kind of effect. Maybe I should jump onto it. And as soon as you do, you're going straight into the arena. Now with that said, let's get set on the hardest part of this all. Adding the forestation. So I want this to be like a sort of jungle biome. But honestly, I think it's one of the hardest types of biomes to create, jungles. The reason why I think it's so hard is because you just need to be so precise with all the placements. Like, everything is really just stuck in place. Everything has some kind of correlation to one another. Like you see this over here, this is already something of a start, but not quite what I'm going for. Okay, let me grab some of the actual forestation I'm going to use. For example, this little thingy. This might not look like something way too special. Although, this is already a small bit of like allowing players to really feel the area around them. And we have like little blocks like this, that are meant for players to like walk through / sit in. Like imagine just chilling in this thing. Okay, well maybe that's not gonna work with this thing, but we'll just have to look for another one. Here, chapter 4 nature, that might also be really good. Here, maybe some of those trees have like bushes right next to them. I should like hide inside of. That might also be an ID. Invasion, resistance, paradise. Now, where did all the good forestation things go? Alright, there's nothing inside of this thing. Well, alright, let's just get going on to the other plan. I've been looking for some pretty good props now. Couldn't really find anything I was too big of a fan about. So I'm gonna go with the other option. Go full copy-paste correlation between all of these things. Let's turn off that grid snap. Grab all the trees we can. Fly up a little. Turn them around. Turn some stuff. And just drop it like that. This is going to make all the forestation pretty dense. And then we can go on to the other way. Now, right now you might notice some things like on top of each other. Just delete that. Don't really care. Now it's for the fun part where you like stick them into the ground like this. It's not that hard to miss one thing or two things if once 10 of them are like stuck inside of the ground like how they should. So once again, if you're building something similar to this, I would really suggest not allowing it to fly up. Maybe even having 2 or 3 loops around the map is worth it to just make sure nothing is floating up. No one's going to be noticing like, oh wow, this was something that got in there fast. Let me look at the difference. I've seen people build maps like this. See the difference between walking through this where it almost looks like the trees are running away from something, and then walking through this. It feels a lot more organic if you ask me. It feels a lot more normal. Now maybe you'll want like in one of a million scenarios that it does look like the trees are running. Hey, that's just something you choose for. All I'm saying is if you want it the way I want it, then you do it my way. Then this is of course a little bit of too much the same tree. I'm 100% planning to do something about that. I'm also of course planning to do some stuff on this map off stream. What makes a lot of sense if you think about it. I know if I should get going on the Skydome already. Now, how did this get in here and why do I like it? Look at how good that looks. That's amazing up there. Well, like a wise painter once said, just happy little accidents. And then kaboom. Actually, I shouldn't have drops turned on for this. Since if I have drops turned on, it's gonna fall like through the ground, and we're gonna have trouble trying to like get it back up here again. Actually, now I want to know how many drops have I dropped through the ground already by accident. Not that much. Look at how this looks from the bottom. It's just cursed. Do. As you can see, like where you didn't pay enough attention, like up here, you can see like it's really barren. It's because there are no trees up there, of course. Here, you two. You two are coming with me and getting stuck into the ground here. Oh, yeah, there's a flyer up here. Yep. I like how it actually looks like those trees are like walking around. You know what song suddenly just struck me? Lemon Tree. That's a song I really used to listen a lot to when I was like in my prime of building creative maps. That song always stays emotional. And what song I'm also down to listen to right now? Toxic and I Don't Give a Fuck mashup by boywithuke. Since, for anyone who doesn't know, just use the same chord progression. Like, I really wasn't expecting that. But hey, it came around the corner like, hey, these actually use the same tone progression. Well, okay, no one asked, but fine. Let's just listen how it looks together. And you know what? It was fire. We actually got this piece of shit that some people confuse as music. Now to the harder part. How do we make players like actually get through this? Okay, so we can have some of those bushes in there. We can have some non-sticking out grass. Maybe Sanctuary has some good stuff on it. Like all of this stuff would in general look pretty good. Now, I don't really know how much memory I'm using on here. Figure mode, show val. Center off top. Questions, nothing terrain. External immersive. Friend, hello. It's real weird. Building as prop. I mean, no, I'm not gonna use that, but still. Now, why can I not see how much memory my map has? Actually, should I show you guys, like, the original? The original, I'm pretty sure it got, like, broken after shit because, like, Epic changed the system of how some device works and auto upgraded it. Now the original arkirialions is just broken to pieces. Let me see if I can find it. Warriors. The Fates Chapter 2 Beta. I never did anything about that. Arkirialion training. Now there is Arkirialion FFA. I believe this was the map in which I like had the original. No, I remember like having some classes in here which were very simple. I want to get more advanced now with the classes. Like these things would break every 7 seconds. Also, this map was more open to allow for more building. Like, I like the way I did a ton of resource in this map. Chris, struggling a bit with loading this one. Never mind, there it is. Boom. So like you can have some vampire things up here. I remember like putting symbols on the roof or like above them to what they would do. This was the builder class. The aerialist slash, I believe, commander slash pilot. Hyper. I'll just start the game so we can kind of see them all. I don't really know why I have spidey feet right now. Some things used to be like completely broken in this map. So in here is human HP on kill. That's a apparently this one is, oh yeah, this one was the vampire. This one was the constructor, I believe. Stalker, jeez, I could have named one better. Try to redeploy. Air command. And then this one was runner slash hyper. Like I've gotten a bit more inspirational of how I'm gonna name these things. Now those down there were like the first ones. I believe this one was the ninja. Yeah, ninja was like the #1 character we were all using back then. So this one had this. So this Nexus guy could self-destruct using a rift with a special item and had a dashing ability. Jeez, this game is laggy still. So the way how this worked is you have like this bear in here. That one was for like a melee challenge. It never worked, so I'm not even gonna try to touch that. Now in here, there are special items, which would scan you for what class you were using, and then allow you to like grab a special item. So I don't know what's going on right now. Sorry for that. So in here we had like a little box where you could grab your self-destruct rift. No idea why it's not working right now, but like I said, probably updated the device or something that broke it. This map was also iconic for always being super laggy. Now that should kill you once you press the button, but it didn't. Why? No idea. I'm not even allowed to change my class. Game's like, no, we're not doing that. In fact, I don't even remember how to like activate the EV admin controls in this. That's how long it's been since I've been in here. I think it was 2 years ago when we were only using like this game. But Yeah, that's apparently just the case. I don't know what that sound is in the background. Alright, that thing back there was like one of the ways to get into admin controls. Now I remember. I believe you went in here. Then you were given admin controls. Never mind. Why is this here? That's actually really funny. Like, get in there. Like, imagine if we turned off respawning back there. Imagine that. It would have also been unironically really cool. Alright, this one was like the hybrid, I believe. Wolf, apparently, the way I call it. It had like a ton of abilities depending on, like, most of it, like, don't slide in snowstorms, with recharging shield, with max shield. This one was also like most of the ones you were either willing to choose Wolf or Ninja. That was basically your options. I know why it's called the Forest, but apparently it is so. Oh yeah, the Super Builder. Less building cost, more building speed, unlocks Soldier. That Soldier was an insane hammer, but it could only like attack with a charge attack. Amber was also really good. That was, quite honestly, I think one of my best characters. Alright, this one, like, wasn't this one called, like, the Goblin or something? Yeah, there we go. That one was really good if you chose it early game. Oh yeah, the Witch was also really fun, because the Witch, what it would do, is depending on which weapons you got, is you would get, like, a special version of it. Actually, I'll go Ninja now. See if this still works. Just doesn't get teleport for quite some time. I don't know why. Oh, I have slight feet because the game thinks we're in a snowstorm. I have no idea what this thing does. Let's check this out. Isn't this like a 1v1 option? Oh no, this was here was a friendly area. That was the case. It's just not working. Because why would it work? Last shot crystal. If you bought this, that would basically give you infinite ammo. These things you could only get if you were like having all those 3 items in your inventory, which you got from doing the quests. That was a 1v1 arena you could like teleport into. In fact, I don't even remember what that thing was. I believe that was one back when I tried to make Subway Surfers in Fortnite. Oh yeah, this was like the #1 area where players went. This was like, oh yeah, dueling, that was so insane. Back when I had an entirely made up dueling mechanic. So that had smoke bombs, I believe, shadow bombs, and the katana. But I probably misspelled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's misspelled. This katana, unironically, was the best item in the game. Look at how fast you are as a ninja in a snowstorm. I can't even move normally in this game because of that, because of the like broken snowstorm. Oh yeah, these tents. These tents you could like not look into, but if you were in them you could look outwards, and bullets going through the sides got auto blocked. So they were basically little hiding zones. And also, this one, the blue temple. I believe you could cheat this one as a ninja. Or you could cheat it as a hyper, I don't know. One of the... One of those two could cheat it. I can't even get up there anymore. Wait, I think I know the way how we get in there. Blocking doesn't even work in this. Wow. That actually gives me an ID. Nope, that was a really bad ID. Well, y'all saw it. That's all I'll have to say. This map, I'm probably not ever gonna release it because, yeah, it's just simply too broken. It was a good map though, a really good one. Like, I spent a good 2-3 months actually working almost full time on this. Actually, I believe I was spending more time on this than what you would on a full-time job. And this right here was like the Nexus area, and then you also had like a little area around you which like looked like you were in this space, but yeah, that broke pretty fast. And then this was the Soldier, the collection area before the Super Bowl. Like, you go in here, you got like some kind of mythical Greek hammer, which also was a really cool concept. Now, I'm not sure if there was a fourth one, but I believe there should have been one. This was like the place where you went to select. This was the 1v1 arena. This was some kind of like friendly. Oh no, never mind. Oh yeah, this was for like if you went the wolf. So you got the infra sight and another blade. And I believe the blade was just called Claw and was a much worse katana. Now, in here, you couldn't, like, heal with the healing items everyone was given. Sort of like the legendary Slurpee. It's like with, like, the legendary ice creams. So we gave them these buttons, so you had to, like, go to special places to consume them. It was really fun to, like, mess around with. Then, in here was a maze. Actually, let me see if I can clear it in one go. So I believe it was this way. This game unironically became really competitive for like a week, and then everyone quit. Now, the plan was to like have the temple slowly fall away once you got to the treasure room and have to escape full Indiana Jones style. But it never worked, but still. Yeah, this is, I believe, the ending to it. Yeah, you go in here and then you get like all these things, you walk in here, and then the getaway starts. And the getaway, like, wolves spawn. And it activates a 5-minute timer until someone can join this place again. I should have made the lights turn off, but I didn't. Also, I believe that if you went to the right here, you got like a ton of Oh Boy With Uke references. Let me see if those are still here. Since they should be, I can't just disappear on their own. Oh yeah, and the flashbanger. Here we go. Yeah, true. This was like a reference to Understand, I believe. Oh yeah, and here there's one for like the entire Serotonin Dreams album, which apparently broke. Oh, the hollow box thingies don't work anymore in this. That's really weird. Yeah. I'm not sure if I can find them all. Like, I believe there was also one for Rockstar back here. Yeah, this one over here is for I Don't Give a Fuck. And then where was the Rockstar one? I could swear there was one for Rockstar. Oh yeah, I was up here. How do you even get in here? Into this part of the maze. So like you go left here. Yeah. Okay, so that's... Okay, so that's where you come from. Then that's where you go into to complete it. So then you go this way. And then you get the Rockstar ending over here on the left, right? I can't want it to be on your. Bro, am I getting the entire Boy with Uke lyrics right now? I was opening a packet of an undeveloped announcement with a precision of a bullet night letter when I woke up and never in it full of Mars. I swear to God, I'll never even try to sleep again. Yeah, that part stays still iconic. I know, bro. That part stays too iconic. Mate, I have no idea who you are. All I know is that I like you. Like, I can't even see your name, but just as friends. I don't know if that's something like PlayStation does or something weird like that. Anyways, back to like the arkirialions map. Up here you could get like and here was like the red cave. This was really funny because if you went in here, you had to first do parkour. There were these tiny little ledges, like you see one over there. Up there's one. They're up there like tiny little bots which you get shot by. Also up on the left there. She didn't fall straight through the map apparently. Then once you got here, like that bot would line of sight you up there. Which was really fun because you had to face like two of them at once. Then once you jumped on here, it would start this boss respawning. You had to kill him. He didn't move. Although he was pretty hard to fight. Then what happened is a damage sequencer started. Jeez, I gotta sneeze. Sorry. Yeah, so the damage sequencer over here would just start moving automatically. And you had to run pretty fast. Like, it was pretty hard to outrun this thing. I remember people actually started struggling at this part. And if one player was playing like the Froster, everyone was dead. Everyone was dead that went in here. But once you escaped, you did get the red Jew. You get like the red artifact, which is like a somehow indicated by juice over here. The blue one you got by doing that K, that like boywithuke temple thingy. Then that green one, I believe you had to go through this rift up here to get that one. Never mind, that one just spawns you into the middle of the arena. I no longer know how to get a red slur. How to get like a red thingy. Ah, that's sad. So how did you get the red one then? Oh yeah, the red one was a character-based challenge. That was it. I made good luck. That was nice having him here. Damn it. So yeah, this is basically gonna be the... So y'all saw me working on the 2.0 variant of that before this. And we officially just hit the 1 hour mark. That's also nice. I didn't stream enough this week, that's 100% a fact. I like how this man just dropped like the entire boy if you understand lyrics in here. Oh, new items, nice. Dual suppressed pistols. I forgot these things could add, but they did. I should 100% have a class that like gets these things. And there's also the enhanced drum gun. This was like the Chapter 3 Season 3 loot island item. It used to be pretty good, and then you also have the Inquisitor Suppress SMG. What it was. Like, I believe this one didn't really have a lot of difference compared to the legendary version of the suppressed SMG. But because the legendary is in creative, this one is significantly better than anything you'll find in creative. Also, we got granted the Icy Grappler and the Firefly and the what's it called, Wild Wasp jar. But yeah, you know, this is basically the Stink Bomb, but I guess better. The Icy Grappler, I'm not sure everyone knows about this item, since this got added in Chapter 2 Season 8 and removed the same season. Meanwhile, I know a ton of people who started playing in Chapter 3. Basically, I'll just show what it does. If you grappler with this item, it would do the same as the other grappler, except for it would also add Icy Feet to you, which would create like entire things, and even create an entire trance centered around this item. If you ever heard Face Off in a really high pitch with a guy doing the little whip, right, am I saying? Like there was some little car emote, that was also like a trend to slide downhill using this grappler. Is this ice? It stays like forever. Like every time you think it's almost gone, it's still there. And it would make it even better once you slowed it down with like a TikTok editor. This thing got released back when I still had a TikTok. But actually I haven't checked in on my own TikTok for quite some time. I mean, I have a new secret TikTok, but I don't use it. Or at least that often. I used to just annoy the shit out of people by crypting them. Like, if someone pisses me off, I'll probably crypt them on my alt. That's probably what I'll do. I should 100% have a character that's just based around getting weird ass items. This item should come out in creative. Remember what I was saying, BR. It should come back. Actually, maybe some safe to roll items should come to BR. Like, imagine if like the actual typewriter came to this game. Maybe you give it a pretty high damage amount, so it's logical for like it to sound like the Fiend Hunter. That would actually not be that bad of an idea, the Fiend Hunter drum gun. In case you're wondering why it's called the Fiend Hunter, in that case, I don't know if y'all know about the Fiend Hunter crossbow. But it's this crossbow right over here, and it deals extra damage to like what's it called, zombies. Okay, I want this to be like a very gradual hill up here. There we go, that'll work. Now, of course, I gotta add a ton more forestation to this. How? Good question, I have no damn idea. I think I'll start with like making little areas like this, so that if you like crouch inside of them, you can like really get into some secret places. Like, imagine random, like, can you even see someone if they're, like, sitting in here properly? You shouldn't, right? Maybe I'll increase height of this one version over here, so that it's even more dangerous, since you can, like, get shot from basically anywhere. Of course, there's some logic behind saying it should be more easily countered, but I'm not gonna do that. So, like, if you look at this, what are they gonna do? Like, sit in here, wait on them? Like, yes, it obstructs your view a lot, but it also obstructs their view a lot. Now, of course, I'm gonna have some kind of AFK warning in this 5 players camp for too long. That would actually be a really good idea. A character. What if there was like this little patience meter, and if you let it go down for too much, like it basically is like an anti-camping feature. And what it would do is it would go down over time, and if it got too low, it would start slowly eating away your shield or ammo, or your damage would get lowered for some time. Like, that would be a really cool idea if you ask me. And you can also have a character completely built around that feature of having it decreased slash deleted. Yeah. You know what? Not even that bad of an idea. Not even that bad of an idea. Here, a leaf like this, it doesn't seem like a lot. But if you simply like sit underneath here, you could also get some really good shots on the people. Like, what do you even do once you walk into this? What do you even do? You should just prep to die once you walk by that thing. Maybe I should also add like some wild creatures so that if you sit still for too long, a wild creature will try to get you. I know we should have more of these like little grass patches then. Okay, so now I got like this entire grass patch just picked up. Let me just add an amount of these. I feel like that's a little too high. Maybe I should get some TLXC. No, I'm not gonna. And boom. This area over here, I want this to be like a sort of semi-ruined area. There's like a little area, I guess, if you want to fight in a smaller area. I just said area too much in that one little sentence. And the birds being annoying, of course they are. monsters, invasion, resistance, vibrant TR, IPE, bling. Building, consumables. Oh, it's customizables, geez, I'm stupid. Props, furniture, game, lights, music, nature. Anything good in here? Anything really to note? Check for jungle bulger gallery. Check for jungle nature. I ain't looking through all that. Oh look at these are like the good trees. This is the shit I was looking for. Is there even a gap in this thing? Or does it just instantly fit in? Oh yeah, okay, it does make more sense if you place it more like this, but still. Oh wait, I won't just went to the void. Yes, technically I could add like grind vines to this. But I don't think I'm gonna yet. Maybe if they get like a class specific option, so that's what, because once again I want it to be like not, I want it to be more general. Or less general for everyone to just be using the same thing. So that would create a heavy meta around one thing. And having a more class slash personal things to everything will make the game feel, one, more specialized to your tuning, and two, will make metas really odd, so that even if there's a really powerful thing, you must give up some other significant advantage for it. You can't just use like the 5 best items and win every game. You need to like choose, will I be combining a running gun strategy? Will I be sniping from a long distance? What will I be doing? I think that's something that should also be put into thought. For now, I'm gonna end the live stream. And maybe I'll start streaming later today with like a part 2 of building this. But for now, this is how far I'll come. Maybe I'll also work some of it off stream, I don't know. I just got tired already. Hey, I'm gonna wish you all the best luck, and like always, fade out.